There is one website you need to know to get rich when it comes to finding wholesaling real estate deals. There is one magical website that will use everything. It will use other wholesalers, it will use sellers. It is so magical that it will land you, at minimum, if you do what I say, at least a deal every single week if you know what you're doing. And this is a marketing lead source that lands me multiple deals every single week. And if I might say it the right way, if it wasn't for other sources, I could probably, if I want to go crazy, do one deal a day from this one marketing source. And I think I'm very close to doing one deal a day from this one website. And this is going to be the website that I'm going to tell you today. And I'm just going to reveal it right now. It is Facebook. Okay. Guys, I am telling you, and I don't know if this is a big secret, but Facebook has been this crazy website that I've been able to do a ton of wholesaling real estate deals off of. And it's very sad that no other person on YouTube, no other person in real estate wholesaling talks about the power of Facebook. And I'm going to show you I'll call it a new method. I'll reveal a new method today of how to do 4 deals this month. You could probably make $250,000 a year if you're really doing it. Heck, you can even do $250,000 every single month in wholesaling real estate. But like just a quick couple $100,000 in wholesaling real estate just from this one thing. And I truly believe you as a real estate wholesaler are not utilizing this method. And I don't want to cut it from you guys anymore. And so what I'm going to do specifically today is show you how to do it. It's very, very glaring statistics on how to do it. And everyone's like, oh, there's no way he does it. Guys, I have the proof. And I always bring my receipts. I always show you guys the JV deals I do. I show you the deals that I find on Facebook and other stuff like this. The reason why I have to do this video today is, first of all, I'm making a ton of money doing this. Rick has used these methods inside of Facebook for decades. And unfortunately, there are people on the internet that charge tens of thousands of dollars to learn how to wholesale for free inside of Facebook. And it's kind of weird. And so what I'm trying to show you today is how to use this one website and make a ton of money. There's no secret. And what I'm going to do is reveal really my method for it. It's kind of simple, but it lands deals. And I can call it a secret, package it up and sell it to you, but I got to give it to you guys for free. So that sounds like something that's exciting for you. You're coming to the right place. So before I break it down, before I reveal this to you guys live, do me a favor, make sure you smash that like button, you hit that subscribe button, and always comment below your questions. Guys, we're doing this on the Zach Ginn YouTube channel. This is my personal YouTube channel, and I am going to spearhead some crazy new things on this channel that you probably haven't heard on other things before we release it on other ones. And so Rick does it on his channel. I'm doing on here, and this is kind of an out-of-the-box thinking method of wholesaling, but it is a method I truly believe if you can conquer it, you can do very well. And in these type of times in wholesaling real estate, when a lot of people think, oh, it's so hard to get a deal as a beginner, and everyone's doing the same thing, when everyone's zigging, you got to zag. And that's specifically what we're going to talk about today. So you can go out here and get a bunch of deals. So without further ado, let's get into it and let's break this all down. Now, I want to tell you guys this straight up. It's not a secret on getting deals just from Facebook. Anyone can easily do it. Like you can easily get 4 deals like easily this month from Facebook if you know what to do. And so we are going to go by this step by step. You can make your notes. It's going to be graphics on the screen for you. It's going to be done very, very simple and easy. And the big secret for this is a lot of people are watching this and be like, oh my gosh, this is going to be a crazy, massive secret. And with this secret, I'm not going to tell anyone. This is going to be a method I'm revealing today where actually this is kind of crazy, but like the more people that know about it, the more money. I don't know. We call it a Ponzi scheme. Do you call it a pyramid scheme? I don't know. But the more people you know, the better money you're going to make with the strategy. And I'm not charging any money for it. I feel like it seems like a pyramid scheme, but it's not. You make money in wholesaling with it. So I feel good for it. But let me give you one statistic that's probably going to throw you off your chair before we break it down. Like I'm just going to throw it off. Every real estate wholesaling guru is probably going to steal it when I say this, but this is why I got to say it right now before anyone else. But currently, as of this video, there are over 1 million free leads right now on Facebook for wholesaling real estate. And you might be like, what, what are you talking about this? Right. And statistically, look at how many wholesaling deals are done in a year, and you look at leads like that. And I would say there's probably 1 million leads in real estate wholesaling right now, like leads in everyone's Podio CRMs individually, and they're all on Facebook. So there's technically 1 million leads right now, right? Now you multiply that by 2, you got other wholesalers, and like, what's going on? So with this specific method, which I will reveal, there are over 1 million leads inside of it. And I feel like I'm doing like a sales thing where I'm trying to sell at the end, but I'm not. There's no sales at this, but like there's 1 million free leads out there right now. And I want you to kind of grasp this concept in your mind that like there's a million leads right now, not 1,000, not 10,000 for you to scoop up, but 1 million, which means if you're watching this in your specific market, there's probably hopefully 2 or 3,000, if we're like being very like scarce, 2,000 opportunities right now in your market, one website, Facebook. Now, the real question is like, what? Like, how do I harvest this? Like, what do I do? Like, whoa, oh my gosh, like, right? Leads, what, when, where, how do I do this, right? What are the leads? Are these sellers? Are these not? Like, is Zach trying to get me to run Facebook ads? He said it's free. What's going on? Wholesalers. Guys, you got to look at wholesalers as people, right? But you also got to look at them as leads. And I know it's kind of unconventional thinking, but this is the same unconventional thinking that has made me one of the top wholesalers in the entire country. And what do I mean by that? As of this video, I'm not the biggest wholesaler in the entire country, not yet. I'm 23. I would say I'm top. I'm one of the top ones. I would say by volume easily, but I'm trying to get to the number one. And the biggest shot of me going from top 100 wholesalers to probably top 10 has easily, without a doubt, been Facebook. Social media, people knowing who I am, right? I've not been shy away from that. I make pretty much a very good portion of my money just from wholesaling houses with JV deals. And the truth is, I sometimes get too many JV deals, and we're working on scaling that up in our operations. But guys, wholesalers are leads. And even before I did JV deals on the internet, when I did it in person, I looked at other wholesalers as leads. And not like they're a seller, I got to close them, but like sometimes they can't sell a deal and they'll bring me a deal and we'll JV and I'll make money. And I look at that referral type networking thing as a lead. And once you start looking at it like that and you start seeing your competition and you're like, oh my gosh, cutthroat, they're terrible, I'm going to destroy them, to like, hey, they're actually people that can make me money, not take away money from me. Your whole mindset shifts. You're nicer to them. You actually give them good advice and they do well. And when they do well, you do well too. That makes everyone money. So the secret's networking and JVing. Now, the reason why I put this on here, everyone's like, oh, the networking, JVing, blah, blah, blah. I hate these words. I hate these words, right? They're buzzwords. They're sometimes excommunicated words. They're terrible words, right? And the one thing I've been very terrible at, because I'm so simple when I explain wholesaling, because that's the way I understand wholesaling in very simple terms, is I'll just tell you straight up what the term is, right? We call it skip tracing, marketing, right? Acquisitions, right? And the one thing the gurus have always beaten me on is buzzwords. I'm not the type of guy to make new words up. I did government leads. That was probably the best one I've had lately. But like, if it's cold calling, I just call it cold calling. So people call it seller outreach, or they'll call it reaching out to potential deals. They won't call it cold calling. They'll call it something stupid, right? And it's like, dang, like they changed the name of it. Now it's not so scary, right? So, some people say it's skydiving and people, oh, I don't want to skydive, and no one wants to skydive. Well, some people switch it up and they call it, fun jumping. Oh, I want to do fun jumping. And then they figure out what it is. And it's like, it's not so scary. I'm calling it fun jumping, not skydiving, right? And that's the difference, right? And so when we have the word networking and JVing, a lot of people get super freaked out. They don't like that word. It's a terrible name. And people, they kind of get put off on it, right? They feel like they have to sell themselves to people, and people don't like JVing, right? So what am I going to call it? Heck, I'm not a guru, so I got to try my best here. I'm going to X that. I'm just going to call this the zebra method. And like, what? Why? Gurus really love animals and attaching methods with animal names. I don't know why. Any type of wholesaling, someone associates an animal with it. And there's a lot of animals out there, so I can use one for myself, right? We had the bull method, which I think was kind of cool. But that was kind of a funny name on purpose. because bulls charge, and that's a great way to get deals. But I'm calling this one the zebra method. And why am I christening this the zebra method? I'm calling it the zebra method because it's a great way to get wholesaling deals no money at all with networking and JVing. Called zebra method. Why is it called the zebra method? Well, everyone knows what a zebra. In my opinion, a zebra is like a horse with stripes. And I know they're different species, but like they're kind of out there, right? And so the one thing about zebras is they're in herds of like 10, 15, 20, but sometimes they'll get into a herd of like 1,000. And I feel like you in real estate wholesaling, you need to be in a herd of 1,000. And what do I mean by this? You need to go out here and find 1,000 local wholesalers or just 1,000 wholesalers in general, which seems like a lot. But if you network with 3 or 4 a day, which really, if you can reach out to people, go in live stream comments and stuff like that, it's not that crazy. And once you find your herd of 1,000, it's not that bad. You start thinking about it, and maybe it take you a couple of years to get to that. But like you get you get a herd of 1,000 in your zebra pack. They're all sending you deals. Like it's like, wow, you can make a lot of money. Jim Rohn, I think he said, if you can find 1,000 people that love you or something like that, like you don't have to worry about money for the rest of their life, right? If you have 1,000 customers, you don't ever have to worry about never having customers anymore. And so if you have 1,000 wholesalers, I don't think you could ever run out of getting wholesaling deals if one of them sends you one deal a year, right? You have 1,000 wholesalers that you network with, right? You call 3 or 4 a day. Heck, might be an hour out of your day, right? You're driving, so you just call these people while you're driving. And if you get 1,000 wholesalers to send you one deal a year, it's like that's 1,000 deals, right? I want to get to 1,000 deals, right? But like, let's say half of them do it, right? And that starts changing your mindset, right? And heck, maybe this gives you 10 deals this year. That might be 6 figures, right? And so I'm just saying, like, it's not that bad. And so you just got to get your pack, and it might be your pack of 1,000 local wholesalers, right? And you add more to your zebra pack, right? You get the wolf pack, but like we're going to call it the zebra pack. And you get your herd or your pack of zebras, and you just find other wholesalers that maybe stick out. Everyone's a horse, but you got a zebra right there. They're not crazy competitive. They don't think you're the most terrible person in the world because you're competition. They don't look like a horse. They look like a zebra. Oh, wow. This person actually does not hate me, and they actually want to get better, and we can help each other out. That's cool. That's why I'm calling it a zebra method. I mean, I don't know if it's creative or not, but like you got a bunch of horses, you see someone that has stripes. I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool, right? So get a pack of 1,000 wholesalers. And how do you do this, right? You go to Facebook, say, hey, I'm a wholesaler in this area. Go in the comments, go wherever you want, and just start going the DMs, getting phone numbers, calling, connecting, and things like that. It's really just, what's your story? How do you get into wholesaling? What are you doing now? What's working? What's not working? Things like that. Local market, virtual market, whatever it is, right? Do Zooms, things like that, and just participate. And the point of this is you find other, I don't know, call them baby zebras, right? Maybe they haven't gotten the first wholesaling deal. Maybe they live in Lithuania and they want to get started in real estate wholesaling and they don't know what to do and they want to be in your own virtual market. Maybe teach them a little bit like, hey, here's what government lists are. Go to freeholding.com. And once you learn what it is, start cold calling these leads. And heck, you find a good lead and you need help closing. Maybe, English isn't your best thing. And you just, heck, you find a deal. You need some big help. You need someone to go on the ground with you. We can split the deal 50-50. Does that work for you? Boom. Right. It's not that complicated. I'll teach these wholesalers for you. Just go to freeholding.com, right? Just, hey, go to freeholding.com, come back to me with leads. And you start thinking like that. You get 1,000 wholesalers that are brand new sending you deals. It's like, you're going to get a lot of money. And I know this is very, very unconventional thinking. This is very, very weird thinking. But I'm telling you, if you can do this on a small scale, it will lead you to great wholesaling deals. It will build what we call goodwill in your wholesaling real estate community, in your local market, because you help 10, 15 people get their first deal and you didn't even get any money. They will send you deals. They'll feel bad. They will come back and try to help you out. And I promise you, that karma comes back. I don't know how to say it the right way, but it's like a karma. It comes back and it helps you get really rich. I cannot tell you how many crazy commercial deals I can get from people just sending me deals because I help them out, right? And so we call it the zebra method because you got to have stripes and you stand out. And so when you're out here and maybe you watch a live stream, maybe you go comments, maybe you go on Instagram, maybe you DM people, right? Whatever it is on social media, Facebook's the best one. Have stripes, stand out. My name's Zach. I'm a wholesaler in this area. Who's got cash buyers? I need help selling deals, or I got a bunch of cash buyers. Let people know who you are. Don't make stupid posts, but like go in the comments, DM people, show checks. Like, hey, I just got this deal here, right? Just like, hey, this is a person that I should probably like have some value talking to. And then you build that connection, you build a little bit of friendship, you start doing deals together, and everyone makes money together. The point here is if you can do it the right way, you will get rich. Okay. Guys, have new wholesale. And this is a great method. I've been saying about this method forever. I haven't organized it in the perfect way possible, but like have new wholesalers drive for dollars for you. This is a stupid, simple thing. But like have a new wholesaler in your local market. Tell them, hey, just drive for dollars. Give me the leads. You're bad at, I know you don't want to cold call, but you're okay driving for dollars. Drive for dollars. Give me the leads. I'll cold call them and close them for you. We'll split the deal 50-50. You get 5 wholesalers to do 100 a week for you. That's 500 a week. That's at minimum 2,000 a month. And you don't have to drive for dollars. All you have to do is have maybe you already have a cold caller. They'll cold call for you. Boom. You get leads coming in every single day. But like your marketing problems are solved. And I've helped so many wholesalers that they're actually good at acquisitions. They're good at cold calling, but they just don't have the time, or maybe they don't want to drive for dollars and they physically can't drive for dollars 27 hours a day, which is impossible, but they can have 4 or 5 people drive for dollars 5 or 6 hours a day, and boom, you already did the impossible. And this will always lead you to having leads popping up in your CRM. And yeah, you got to split the deal. But guess what? You're doing 3, 4, 5x more deals than you would have done where you're at currently right now, and you make more money. Think about this. I've said it a million times, but you get 1,000 people in your Rolodex at minimum. I can tell you get 1,000 like legit wholesalers. I already told you there's about 2,000 or 3,000 probably in your local market. You could pull a deal a week out of this. Like that's what? That's less than 1%. That's 0.1 of 1%. That's a tenth of 1%. Give you a deal a week. Come on. Like that's easy money. That's easy money right there. But here's the problem. And here's the sad part. It takes time. It really takes time to build up that network. But once you're able to build up that network and you build that connection with someone and you just keep it up, you call them once a month, twice a month, whatever it is, you let them know, you keep them accountable, you show them some of the ropes. I know it's scary to say, but guys, I want to reveal a secret to you. If they go to freewholesaling.com, they're already going to know the ropes. So don't be the guy trying to not give them the real good info, because all the best info is at freewholesaling.com, my free real estate wholesaling course. And so maybe get some karma points for bringing them there and actually helping them out. And it's like, okay, well, I can't keep the whole. So this isn't 2016 where you can hide all the secrets of wholesaling from someone. I give the secrets out on the channel. I give the secrets out at freewholesaling.com. They're already going to get the secrets. Okay. They're already going to know how to close the sellers the way that I taught you guys. It's all for free. That's the downside of me giving everything out for free. I know it's terrible, but use that to your advantage. And these are the facts. Kind of like a chessboard. Maybe the chess pieces have moved. The rook's here. We got to know what we're doing, right? And unfortunately, the pawns are over here, and everything's moved over so crazy that's like, okay, this is what the chessboard looks like. We might not like it, but we got to work with it. And that's how you got to work with the situation right now. I'm going to teach everyone else for free. Competition is going to learn. Try to network with them and bring up a rising tide. That's it, guys. And just think about it. One fact you need to know is if you get 1,000 wholesalers, I know that's a lot, but just start thinking about this for a second. If you get 1,000 wholesalers to give you 100 drawing for dollars leads a week, all they do is drive for dollars. All you do is cold call and close deals. You split it 50-50. They're spending the gas money. Trust me, it's fine, right? Think about that. 1,000 wholesalers at 100 a week will send you 100,000 drawing for dollars leads every single week versus you doing 100 a week. It's 1,000x more marketing. Like even if you have to split it, you're going to do 1,000x more deals, which you'll make 500x more money. And this is through the power of going out here on Facebook and finding people. And if you give me the excuse, oh, I don't know where to go, I don't know what to do. Come on. Facebook will help you find cash buyers. You can get deals using social media digital bandit signs that we teach at freelisting.com and on Flip of the Rig Plus. Like we teach you all these things. And once you start figuring out in real estate wholesaling that you can go out here and actually build up a network of great wholesalers that actually want you to win, and you guys all win together, and you guys start sending deals to each other, you'll do well. Heck, go out here and find people that are struggling to sell their wholesaling deals. You get really good cash buyers that are legit. And this won't work if you're not a man or woman of your word. If you're a person that agrees to split 50-50, and you will, JV with people. If you're not willing to do that, don't do it. And I can tell you, there's going to be people with this method, and I want to say this just nicely, but there will be people that try to screw you. I hate to tell you this, right? As someone that has done thousands and thousands of wholesaling deals, I've had my fair share of people try to steal deals from me, squander deals. I've had hundreds of thousands of dollars stolen from me from other people. But at the end of the day, out of that, I made millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars. So it all works out. I hate to tell you, there are close to 8 billion people on this earth. There's going to be a percentage of people that are going to be terrible people. Now, I'm not saying it's mostly everyone, right? But like, you get 1,000 wholesalers. I bet if 1,000 wholesalers, there's probably going to be 50 in there that are just going to try to screw me, stab me in the back. 50 out of 1,000, that's less than 1%, right? That's is that 1,000? No, that's 0.5%, right? Like I'm telling you, 0.5% are going to be terrible people. I found, right? And so you just got to understand that, right? Always be right. Always do the JV agreements the right way. Always have a title company protecting you, and you can easily get one deal every single week. They're doing this, 4 deals every single month by just networking. Let people know who you are. If you got good cash buyers, connect your buyers with them, get some JV money, and do it the other way. You will get very, very rich. That's how I got very rich in wholesaling real estate on top of what I do currently. And that's how you can do the same exact thing. I teach it all at freewholesaling.com. It's my free real estate wholesaling course. Guys, I 100% recommend you go there, freewholesaling.com. And that's it, guys. If you want to get these deals, Facebook's there. This is no big secret. But if you go out here right now, network with people and do it. And that's how you do it. Go to freewholesaling.com. Now, I got a live stream chats. Yeah, everyone knows I do a bunch of live streams. Networking the live streams. So many people JV. It's kind of disgusting. I have over 100,000, 102,000 people in wholesaling houses for real. That is my Facebook group. There's 100,000 wholesalers already in there. Network, guys. 102,000 wholesalers in just my Facebook group. Crazy. And if you go on all 4 of my YouTube channels, we have 135,000 subscribers combined on all 4 of them. It's like crazy. You got 100,000 people in freelisting.com. It's like, guys, my Instagram's got like 170,000 people. Like, I mean, there's of all of our social medias, there's over 500,000 different wholesalers. So it's like there's plenty of people to be talking to and networking with. There's no secret. And so if you let people know who you are, what you're going to do, it'll lead you to wholesaling success. That's how we do it. So guys, I see you networking in the comments. I'd love to see it. Let me know you guys got any questions today. I'm always here to help you out. And you already know, I go live here 10 o'clock. I'm always here to help the people out. And I'm always going to be here to help the people out because that's what I do. freelisting.com, guys. Let me answer some questions here. So first question we got here is from Aaron. One deal I tried was pulling government lists, giving them to another wholesaler to cold call, get the deal, split the fees. Thoughts? That's decent. I mean, if this wholesaler is struggling to get the government leads, sure. If they've gotten deals from cold calling, I would. I'm not recommending if you're brand new, you bring it to somebody that hasn't done deals, right? So like if I've never done a cold call deal, but I know a guy that has, I'll send that and let him cold call it. But like a person that hasn't, it needs more risk, but it should work, right? And it depends. Are you skip tracing it or you're not skip tracing it? There's always a push and pull with it, right? Let's see here. How much should you pay a cousin? I'll pay him part of the deal. I want to pay him. I mean, I'm not paying him gas money, but I'd probably give him 10% of the deal. Call it a bird dog. Mr. Flipper's got a good question here. He says, is there a safe way to advertise your deals online without having someone steal your deal, because I notice there's a lot of savages out there, other families that need to eat. Now, I need to probably address this very importantly. We're not realtors, okay? We do not put a property under contract and we try to sell it on the MLS. That is brokering in my eyes. Now, it's not legally brokering, but it's a fine line. A lot of wholesalers try to pretend like they're realtors. I don't like being a realtor. I'm not a realtor. I am never going to be a realtor. People say, don't say realtor, say realtor. Realtor. Blech. That's what I think when I think about it, right? But like a lot of people pretend like they're selling the property on behalf of the seller, and they're walkthroughs will be on this date, and they try it's so stupid. Guys, we get a property under contract, and us as wholesalers, we sell our equitable interest in the deal. That is what we do. I see so many wholesalers try to pretend like they're being realtors and they're selling it on the open market. That's not wholesaling. Okay. Look at the definition of wholesaling merchandise and things like we sell the deal, we get under contract for a deep discount, and we sell it to a discount for a cash buyer, and the cash buyer makes money. When we put it on the market and stuff, I'll wholesale it. That's fine. That's when I buy it myself, like 4 or 5K in renovations, and throw it back on the market, sell it to a conventional buyer if it passes inspection. That's fine. That's legal. But guys, we're not doing this where we're going to blast it online. The most I would quote blasted online would be saying, hey, I have a deal in this zip code. Any buyers here? It's a great 2-2 that I'm just trying to get rid of the equitable interest in the deal. That's like the fine line. I'm not the biggest fan of it. I've always found most of my cash buyers through Facebook networking. Guys, if you go to freeholding.com, wink, wink, you can actually find cash buyers really easy by doing the methods I teach, which are different than the methods I taught in this video today. But don't be blasting your deals online. It is probably the stupidest thing I've ever seen. And the reason is because you're going to attract a lot of fake buyers and a lot of fake wholesalers. One thing I also want to mention to you guys is there are real estate wholesaling guru programs that teach you specifically to pretend to be a cash buyer. Let me say this one more time. They will pretend to be a cash buyer, put you under contract. Oh, give me my proof of funds. Where's your proof of funds? The person will give you their guru's proof of funds. And if people they don't do any due diligence, it'll say Mr. Guru first name, last name, which is different than the guy's name. And they'll pretend it. And then they'll try to blast that to their buyers list and JV. They call it daisy chaining. And they'll try to JV the JV deal. And they're not really a true buyer, which means you're not wholesaling the right way. This is probably one of the stupidest methods I've ever seen. And it's probably one of the most immature ways I've seen gurus do it, that they sell these programs for 9, 12, 14. I've seen up to 25,000 to teach these type of things. If you include their $30,000 mastermind, it's 50 grand to learn how to steal deals and pretend to be a cash buyer. I think it's disgusting. Us wholesalers, we deal with the cash buyers. So the one thing, if you're looking to sell your deal, and specifically Mr. Philippa Crib says, how do I make sure nobody steals my wholesaling deal if I post it online? Number one, I can talk about this forever, but you ask the buyer, and this is very, very, very easy. Ask the buyer, how many properties in the last 365 days, not this year, not last month, 365 days have you bought for cash? Now you got to remember the fake buyers. I've dealt with these fake buyers before. I want to make expose videos. Some gurus don't like me for this, but you ask them, they'll say, I bought 7 houses in Houston last year. That's what they'll say. I say, okay, give me the addresses. What? Well, okay, here are the addresses. I said, it says the guru's name on it. The guru bought the house, not you. You're using your guru as leverage. Oh, I work with a partnership that has over $25 trillion in assets under management. I don't care. Are you the buyer? Are you the one going to sign the deed? That's it. Guys, just stupid simple. Make it stupid simple. Do not be this person that's okay. Well, sounds good to me. You work for a company that has all these assets under management. They're giving you buzzwords. They're giving you fugazi. It's fake. It's cloud stuff, right? Guys, you don't get your deal stolen Talk to real cash buyers. What's a cash buyer? It's a person that buys houses for cash. Oh, I'm getting a hard money loan for it. You're going to lose your deal. Number two here, if you throw the address on the open internet for everyone to see, what do you think is going to happen? It's so funny, but it's like, rappers get robbed doing this. They'll say, "What's up, guys? I got all my chains. I got my jewelry. I got my $500,000 watch on. What's up? I'm at the local IHOP here on 4th Avenue." And then they get robbed because they post their live address where they're at right there. It's like, yeah, the bad guys are going to go to that live address and go rob you. Okay. Like, duh. And so people post the address of their deal. It's like, yeah, someone's going to find that address. They're going to try to steal your deal. It's like, you got to be smart. You have an equitable interest in a deal. That is something that's worth money. To sell to a cash buyer for cash. And so you don't want to get your deal stolen by don't post it online. The most you can do is post, hey, I got a deal in this zip code, right? And so the real question here, not trying to get your deal stolen, when do I give the address to the property, right? This is simple. Go to freelisting.com. We teach this. Number one, first and foremost, show me how many properties you bought in for cash last year, and then give me the addresses. Okay, wow. This is legit. Okay, this guy actually has his name on the deed. Looks like a real guy. Okay, fine. Have you bought from wholesalers before? Yes. Perfect. Okay, I got some proof here. He has and then show me some proof of funds. At that point, if he buys houses for cash, he's bought from wholesalers, he does this. We only have one last question. Are you okay with me making a fat assignment fee? And you're okay with that? I don't think we have a problem anymore. That's simple as that. If they're okay with you making an assignment fee, they buy houses for cash, they understand wholesaling, they're okay with your title company, all the questions say at freelisting.com, then give it out. But when you get your deal stolen, guys, it's the only times my deals ever get quote stolen is when a person's actually, I beat a wholesaler on a deal and they try to put the property under contract and it's just a bad seller. And they get the equal interest and I get my lawyers involved and I always win the cases, but it's like, that's it. Like, you got to be smart. So don't give the address out until you actually qualify the cash buyer, which we teach at freelisting.com. So, Mr. Flip a Crib, you want to know how to not get your deal stolen. Easiest way not to get your deal stolen, make sure you're a legit cash buyer, not a guru cash buyer. Make sure that they actually bond for houses for cash and actually get the addresses of the houses they bought for cash. I'll tell you this specifically. When a person buys a house for cash, they're not scared to tell you what address it is. It's right. Like, it's just, yeah, like I show you the proof. That's why I love real estate so much. You can't fake it, right? Everyone can fake everything else, right? Oh, I'm the coolest guy ever. Everyone can fake the weights when they're weightlifting. You can't fake real estate wealth. Like, what's the address? It's simple as that. You bought it for cash or not. The reals and the fakes and cash buyers in this business are really easy to find. So very, very long-winded rant there, but you don't get your deal stolen, do those things. And I hate to say it, but only 5% of the people watching this are going to get that through their brains today. But if you get that through your brain, you will not get your deal stolen. That ends up being the right way. So it just pains me when people get their deal stolen because they'll give the address out. It's like, that's a death sentence right there for your wholesaling deals. Don't be doing it. Okay. It ain't going to end up well. Aaron says, I wonder if he'll mention looking up fight. Yeah, that's for deals, right? We talk about that. Fire departments give addresses out all the time. We kind of have that stuff on there. Taco Ma, that's a cool name. Cold calling, SMS, drawing for dollars, social media deals, Facebook groups, houses, JV, probates. Those are all great ways to do it. He says there's a guy on Facebook. He charges 25 grand to teach his methods. I mean, I know a lot of guys that teach for 25 grand, right? And I know what their methods are. And like, these are methods I've done. I don't even teach those type of methods. Like, I see it, the people that charge 25 grand. It's like, I don't even teach it. I probably should. I just don't want to get the headache from them trying to sue me because I've had multiple people threaten to sue me. But like, they're not even that good. They're just like a little different, but like, there's no real big secrets in wholesaling. A lot of their programs it's just whatever. But I tell you, there's a lot of people that charge a lot, right? I mean, some people get value from it, but I'm not the biggest fan of it. But hey, to each their own sometimes, right? When I started, Austin has a good comment here. When I started, I had wholesalers acting as cash buyers, which I tell you guys, it happens all the time. I sent them the address without locking it up, and they went around me. I was vetting buyers completely wrong. It happens all the time. I'm telling you, Austin says, Zach and Rick are the best info on the planet on wholesaling out there. I appreciate it. Make sure you do Zach with a H, not a K, dude. Don't be getting me crazy here, Drives me nuts. All right. Zach, I was speaking with a code compliance officer, and their website also has a vacant building list. Is there a list worth calling? If you get the vacants and if they're from the USPS, sure. I would ask specifically how they get that list. The vacant list you guys get from PropStream and Batch Leads, listarea.com and ZachData.com, they're actually from the United States Postal Service. They're actually not from local governments. They're from the United States Postal Service, which is a corporation owned by the federal government. So technically, I mean, they're going to be a different list. So I would say go after it, So yeah, that's how you do it. Zayman says, how do I get started? How you get started in wholesaling real estate? Get your butt to freewholesaling.com. That's my free real estate wholesaling course. I've said it a million times. I don't know why, but I'm telling you, just go to freewholesaling.com. It's all right there. That's how you do it. And so I'm going to do this, and then we're going to do some one-on-ones too. But Tom Brady, we're not even going to mention Tom Brady's face on here, but whatever. Is there a law that says you can't do that? So in Oklahoma and Nebraska, there's actually laws against publicly marketing your contract, your equitable interest in a deal publicly, which when you post on Facebook, it's kind of public marketing, I would say. So technically there's laws against it. I'm not a lawyer, but like from what most lawyers have told me and from my interpretation of the law and enforcement of the law and title companies, you can't be posting it on Facebook. Now you can privately market it, but you can't publicly market it. So Nebraska and Oklahoma are like that. Illinois is kind of like that, but Illinois is a whole different animal, those laws. Go to freewholesaling.com. We kind of have a whole real estate law breakdown on there, actually. So I don't have to explain this. But I'm telling you guys, that's how you do it. So let's do some one-on-ones. Let's see how I can help the people out and help you guys become the best wholesaler possible. So first and foremost, we got Todd.
What's up, Zach? How's it going?
I'm blessed, man. How are you?
Pretty solid. Yeah, we haven't talked to you in a little bit, but we ended up closing.
We closed 2 deals. Yeah, we closed 2 deals, and we have another one assigned to a cash buyer.
Yeah.
In this last month.
You guys have been busy, man.
Yeah, it's been a crazy month.
Dude, I just saw you on TikTok. We I can't reveal it, but me and Rick we recorded a video last week. We reacted to the worst wholesaling TikTok advice. We're gonna release that video, and I saw your TikTok. It wasn't bad advice. It was actually good advice, so I didn't mention it in there. But I was like, dang, I know this guys.
That's so funny.
That's funny.
It's pretty cool. So check out his TikTok. He's actually like shows his journey. It's pretty cool. I wish I did that starting out.
RT Investors.
I thought it was pretty cool. I was like, I'm like, I know this guy. I thought that was cool. So shout out.
It's awesome.
You mentioned on the bad advice, but congrats, guys. You guys have been busy.
Yeah. We have all 3 were for 10,000. So we have been looking into a VA to just be calling for us in the market, just on like specific houses. But
yeah, we were looking into it. We're on like online. What is it?
Online PH or whatever.
And
yeah, onlinejobs.ph is a good one. They have Central American callers that aren't too bad.
Yeah.
Egyptian ones are good too. A lot of wholesale, I don't know, it's like a trending. They're kind of getting away from the Philippines because a lot of people don't like the accent. I personally find in Florida, Central America has always been the best, even Mexico, because no one bats an eye at a Spanish accent anymore in Florida. But I mean, heck, I think you just test them out, see which one works the best for you.
Okay. So our main question is like, for like setting up minutes with them, like we're trying to find something that's like 2 cents a minute. And like we think we found one, but like a lot of them are like 12 cents a minute for them to call. And we're trying to set them up with a specific dialer through Podio. And like, we're just trying to figure all that out.
So can they just use like, I don't know, batch dialer? Can they use Mojo? Like any of that stuff?
I don't know.
I'm not
really
sure.
looked into it
I think they would have to like pay.
You can log into Mojo with a VPN. Shouldn't be an issue.
Really?
So we just okay.
Really?
See if they see what kind of experience they've done with Mojo or overseas Mojo. works pretty good. I like batch when you're you guys. I don't think you need batch like specifically because it's a little more advanced, right? And it's a little more
We
expensive.
did buy Bash too because just for the skip tracing.
No, I get it, but like I think you should test them all out and see.
Right.
Mojo with the VPNs always worked for me.
Okay. Yeah, we'll look into that for
You
sure.
guys are young. I think you're smart enough to know what a VPN is. So like you guys can learn it, but like for everyone watching this, a VPN, like you can be in Egypt and VPN it, you'll be in a Colorado like that. Like I used to use VPNs for Netflix just because you get so much more shows. And then I learned other things. But like I mean you do it for VPNs work really most VAs have VPNs. And so it shouldn't be that big. And guys, FYI, Windscribe is a VPN. Very safe. It's free. And so if you want to get antiquated with that, most VAs actually use Windscribe because it's free.
All right. Okay. And then our next question. So we want to send out some SMSs through Batch Leads, and
Batch doesn't have SMS.
Yeah, oh, it went away. Because
Yeah,
that was
away from it.
No way.
What?
Wait, I could be wrong. But I think their SMS went away.
You have to contact customer support to like get it added on.
Yeah, they're okay. I don't think I can't quote say it went away. I know two other big ones are, but Batch's SMS Batch is focusing more on the other parts right now.
Yeah.
But they're more getting the data than the SMS part. But I've been SMSZach.com's been way better for the SMS for me. It's a little more pricier, but it's direct to carrier, which basically means there's no opt-out language when you're texting out.
Okay.
And so that's been the main advantage for us. So for example, if I use any other SMS, I'm not saying bad about any other company or anything, but like I use another SMS service, I'm going to have to text like, hey, Todd, are you looking to sell your property or whatever? Reply stop if you want to stop getting messages. SMSZach.com is the only one that doesn't do that anymore. So they have the big advantage of it right now.
Yeah. So what happened with Batch? They kind of just got like.
I think they're doing a marketing shift on it with their comp. They're focusing more on the data than anything. And I think their dialers growing like crazy right now, and that's what they're focusing on.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that's definitely good to know because that was another major reason we got.
Yeah, I mean,
you wanted
that reply to stop thing is really killing a lot of good stuff. Yeah. And so
otherwise like it just looks like obviously it's sent to everybody, not like
and so you got to use direct to carrier now. So it's like sending it from a phone.
Yeah. Okay. Do you know how much that is per text?
If I do the math, I can tell you right now.
Like if we were to skip trace through Batch Leads and then go to that.
I think let's see. I believe it's 5 cents a text.
Okay.
For the cheap, and then goes up to like 3. And then I ain't going to quote you, but it can get even lower if you do more. But it's 3 to 5 cents a text out with that one, which still kind of sucks.
Yeah.
But it's up to you which one you want to do.
Okay.
All right.
I would recommend for you guys when you're driving for dollars, just send a text out. You do like 20. When you're doing you can do 100 a week just on your personal cell. I've told everyone, take a picture of the house. Hey, is everything okay at the house right here? Dude, you get crazy results, man.
Okay, for sure.
Sweet.
I'm trying to think of other questions about VAs. So yeah, we have a VA that's supposed to start tomorrow and everything, but yeah, could they use like a Google Voice, or is that like a bad way to do it completely?
I mean, they can ask them what they've used and what they have experience with and what they're comfortable with.
Okay.
But you got to remember when using VAs and getting people comfortable with VAs, I've always found this, that it's like, okay, teach them what you're doing and how to do what the method you're using. Tell them, hey, VA, cold call. It's like, it ain't going to work. Hey, this is how I cold call. Let's cold call together. You lead them by example, hold their hand a little. That's how you do it. You don't train an employee first day at work, telling him mop the floors, do it. You mop the floor with them for like half a day.
Yeah.
And then they kind of learn from there.
The
Same thing with a VA.
We got the Zach Plus thing, and the Flip with Rick Plus, and we
cool, man.
some of the videos from it, and
you can just throw them in there.
and we would meet with them like for like a few hours each day, and like we would do a few calls before them so they can like watch, and then we were just gonna sit and watch them call. Is that like a
We
good
talk
way?
about the Flipper Plus employee training. So we actually train employees. Like if you're in Flipper Plus, we'll actually train your VAs for you. So all you gotta do, even if you're only in there for a month, you can download all the videos and then send the VA the videos that you actually want, and don't send the videos that you. So that VA shouldn't learn dispositions.
You just sent 2 videos.
Just download it.
You learn how to download it and then send them to them.
Yeah,
and it did work pretty good. She was like, she already like, I don't know, she just got a good hang of it right away.
You know why I did it? Because I made one for my own company, and I'm like, let me just make one for everyone else's company. And it sucks to train people, but it cuts your training time in half. So I think dude, it killed me doing it, but I think it was worth it.
For sure. Yeah, we definitely see the value in it for sure. But yeah, all she's really doing, we're having her just basically call up and just ask like, hey, you looking to sell? And then she just transfer those people that are interested to us basically. But we're kind of we're starting her off pretty like on the lighter side. Do you think we should like throw her in and just like straight asking, like qualifying on like motivation, condition?
I mean, honestly, I'm going back to the employee training thing. Like,
Yeah.
I will tell you everything. Like, it's no secret what the employee training thing is, right? Like, of course, I break down for like 30 minutes, slideshows and everything. But it's like, once they just ask me if they're looking to sell their house, say quote, right? Hey, that's great. Actually, my partner Todd, he might be this might be interested for him. If you want, I can go give him the information and give you a call back in an hour or two, and maybe he can set a time up. I make it so stupid where it's like, okay, you want to sell your house? That's great. Let me actually get your information down and see if it's right fit with Todd. And then boom, they'll have you on the phone. You are way better closing deals than the VA.
Yeah.
Right.
You're the guy who's local. I don't need the VA building rapport, because guess what? When you move the person to the next salesperson, that rapport doesn't matter. So let's say the cold caller is building all this great rapport, and now Todd is in front of him. It's like, who's Todd? I didn't connect with Todd, right? There's no rapport built. You want all that rapport to be built with you when you close that deal.
Okay. Sweet.
All right.
And the point is, you as the business owner, you're getting in front of people that want to sell the property. You don't have to do the stupid cold calling, right? That is the point of the VAs. And that's all I train them for. I don't make it even any crazier.
Yeah, we're definitely tired of the cold calling.
That's the plan too.
8 hours a day.
That's it. Start small. Don't try to rush into things, and just try to get to a point, right? And so the one thing you'll find with VAs, which is an unfortunate truth, but one VA is actually going to do worse for your business than anything, because one VA is not going to be as good as you. Yeah. So you're still going to have to do the marketing yourselves. Now, once you have 2 or 3 VAs, then they can start doing more leads than you can do. So one example, if I, as Zach Ginn, can do 100 deals by myself in a year, if I get one person to do what I do, they'll probably get 60 deals a year. But if I get 2 employees, they'll do 120 deals a year, which actually ends up being more. And so one VA is going to be probably 60% worse. They're going to be 60% of your skill. And so either they do twice the amount of work to make it up, or you get twice as many of the VAs. And so just remember, don't be like, okay, the VA is going to take care of all our marketing now. It's like, that might not be the best. Just so you understand that fact, that you might still need to do some marketing while you're training them, you should do well.
Okay.
Sweet.
All right. Awesome.
I think that's it.
Yeah.
Awesome, man. Well, let me know. Congrats on the deals. And
thank you so much, Jack.
You guys are just getting started, I promise you.
Yeah.
It's a plan. Thank you.
Right. Keep it up, guys. Boom. Awesome. Love it. Next here we got Hunter. Yo. Hunter.
Hello.
How's it going?
Yo, how you doing? So I just
man.
had a couple questions, because I guess I made sort of a warm call instead of a cold call. The dude had a sign at his house. I was doing driving for dollars. He kind of laid out his motivation, because I guess I figured the sign was this motivation. He put everything he wanted, no closing costs, $325,000 cash. And so when I made the call, I feel like I kind of didn't really get anywhere. And I was I think I kind of screwed it up because when I said partner, he took it as like a relationship partner. And now I'm just kind of nervous to call back. So I was wondering, like, did I ruin that whole conversation
What
by
was
not?
his? Wait, say this one more time. What was his reaction when you mentioned partner?
His reaction was, when I said my partner might want to come look at the condition of the house, he said, the wife makes the home, and that any problems with the house, it would be up to her to decide if they needed new cabinets or new flooring. Yeah. So
You're losing me on this.
what's that?
Hey, what's the wife have to do with the inspection?
Because he told me I can come inspect the home with when I said partner. And so he said, well, the wife makes the home. Do you have a wife? And I said, yes. And he said, you can come inspect the home on an appointment with your partner, but it's up to her to decide if you need new cabinets and stuff. And when I asked about the condition,
I think he thinks partner. He thinks you meant talking about your wife.
yeah, exactly. And
Okay,
since,
just let him know it's a business partner, not my actual like fiance
okay,
or whatever.
yeah, I froze up because it was my first time
You're
doing the call.
overthinking this, dude.
That's what I thought
You're
too.
overthinking this. Like really, man. Like, what do you think I always say when it comes to acquisitions? Just be simple.
Right.
Stupid, simple. I'm looking at me and my partner looking to buy a couple of properties for cash. Did I say wife or partner?
Yeah, I
It's
feel
just miscommunicate. It's all about communication. No, hey, no, it's not my wife. It's actually my business partner. We buy the deals together.
right.
Oh,
I
okay.
got
Perfect. Communication, right?
hmm
Simple as that.
Okay, and then
You're overthinking it.
yeah, I figured it
Say
was.
business partner next time you talk, and they'll be like, "Oh, okay."
Right. And then so I guess my other thing is, so I'm in Orlando, Florida, and so he put it up for 325, which I confidence and he's not going to sell it for that. But even then, is Orlando, Florida, like, do houses really go for around, like, I mean,
Yeah.
for that much? Like, are there even cash buyers that would even go that high?
What?
That seems really
I
high.
just bought I just bought a rental for like 450 in my market. It was a great deal for me.
Okay. I mean, these are numbers I've never even thought of
Where do you
before.
live? Where do you live,
Orlando, Florida.
dude? What are you
I mean,
talking about? Where do you think the Orlando Magic players live? Do you think they live in huts? They live in $1 million houses,
I don't know. I feel like I live in a hut.
right?
These are just numbers I've never really thought of people buying cash. So I'm kind of
Yeah, dude. I just bought a
reserved when it comes.
$450,000 deal for cash last
Okay.
week. I mean, it's
All
not
right.
like I mean, it's just like cash is cash, dude.
I
Oh
feel
yeah,
you.
they'll pay it all day.
Okay. And then
If
so
it'll make money, I'll buy the deal from you. Okay.
I wish. But
No, it's true. Like if you're selling me a $400,000 property, which I could sell for 400 on the market for 325, I'll buy it all day tomorrow.
right.
I got the cash in my account. I'll just do it. Boom.
Okay. Well, then I guess
We got two. I'll pull Rick in. We'll buy them together. Like if I can make money on it, I'll do it, dude.
right.
It's how every cash buyer thinks.
Right. It's just, I don't know. It's all new. It's my first time trying it. So
These two questions you're telling me are all mental roadblocks.
right. It definitely feels that way. But I don't know. I guess I kind of answered it. Oh, so when I call him next time, because I plan on calling him tomorrow, do I come at him with like the price before I agree to go see the property, like to kind of inspect the repair costs part of it?
So Hunter, we go through freewholesaling.com. We talk about the 4 questions, right?
Right.
What are the 4 questions?
So the first one's motivation, condition, oh shit, time frame, and then like reason.
What's the 4th one?
Is it not
MCT
MCTP?
P. What does P stand for?
That's a good question.
Price.
Price. That's right. Okay.
So you mentioned price.
Right.
Duh, of course we bring over price. Part of MCTP. Motivation, condition, time frame, price.
Right. So he pretty much has all 4 of them. But when it comes to negotiating prices, do I do that when I go to
You
the
said he has
property?
all 4. What prices you want to sell for?
He wants to sell it for $325, but that's close
Okay.
to retail in that
Is
area.
this a FISBO?
Yeah.
Have you watched me cold call any FISBOs?
Yeah. It's just,
What do I do when I cold call a FISBO?
I guess, negotiate the price.
How do I negotiate it though?
You do the least allowable offer, and then you let the price come up, but don't let it get too close to your max allowable offer.
Kind of right. I mentioned that I talked to my partner, or I'm looking at it, and based on the way he buys it, we're going to have to be probably closer to this. Is that okay?
Right.
Boom. I'm a little more forceful than that, though. So, what, 325? I'd say, hey, Hunter, I mean, I'm looking at this deal right here, and yeah, we want to buy it, but this thing's been sitting for 50, whatever days on the market, whatever it's going to be. After talking to my partner looking at this, I'm probably going to be closer to 225,000.
Okay. Dope. I guess so.
That'll work for you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I mean, it's simple as that. You just got to be direct.
Okay. I got you. All right.
How long has that part been sitting on FISBO for?
I don't really know. I stumbled upon it while driving around the area, and he wouldn't tell me. He's kind of very conservative with all his answers, so I can only assume a little while. He said he's gotten like a few offers, but as far as I know, it could be for a month, maybe.
True.
Yeah.
All right.
I guess that's all the questions I had, though, but I appreciate it.
All right. Keep it up, Hunter.
Thanks.
Wait, Hunter.
Yep.
What are the 4 questions again?
So it's motivation, condition, time, and
Time what?
time frame, and then price.
All right. That's all.
All right.
Hammer in the head, man.
All right.
When
Awesome.
you're talking to a seller, that's all you got to remember.
Okay. Thank you so much.
All right. You got this, man. Rooting for you.
All right. Bye.
Guys, I hammer you guys home on this because I'm rooting for you guys. All righty. Next here we got Ryan.
Hi, Zach. You hear me?
Hello.
Hello.
Come on, Ryan. Robert.
Yes. What's up, man? How are you?
I'm blessed, man. Long time no see. What's up?
Yeah, I know. I actually, I was just I do music, so I was just like kind of caught up with that. But I actually just closed my first deal. So I don't know what you guys are doing for the giveaways for this month for the challenge. I don't know if that's still a thing.
What do you want?
Well, I mean, yeah, I don't know. Just I'm honestly just
Get your
like
check.
thankful.
What else do you want, man? Let's get some more.
No. Yeah, I'm just because I just started watching your channel again. You said something about the cloud, or what do you have, the plus?
Yeah.
So what's that whole? If you don't mind, like talking about that a little bit.
I mean, you can go watch the video on it. Just go to flipitterplus.com if you want to go see what it is. But it's mostly a thing for us to do for people that do JV deals with us. Trying to entice people to give me more JV deals, honestly.
Yeah, dope. But yeah, so basically
Tell me about this deal.
So I locked it up for 90,000. I found a buyer at 118 through a realtor. So I gave him like 2,500, like $3,000 around there for commission. And then we were about to close, and then the seller's actually the POA. So he's like, "Oh yeah, I was talking to my family members. We want to get like way more, like, for the property." And I was just like freaking out because I was about to make like 25,000. And I was like trying to DM you, like hit your line or like, and I was like, what can I do? It's like, so, I was like, well, I'd rather just, not get like an attorney, but even then it's like, is it even really worth it? So, we settled at 105. So I still made like a 10,500 profit.
Okay. Where was this out of?
This was in Maryland.
Dude, that's awesome, man. How did it feel to get that deal?
It was surreal, dude, because I literally just sent him my my check, like my business account, and it was just that same day. Like I like woke up on Saturday, I was like, oh, like 10 bands just like on my phone. I was like, oh wow, like
it's real.
Like that wire was like pretty sure it came in that same day. I was like, I thought it took like 3 business days. So
dude, it's real money, man.
Yeah, no, I was just like, wow, this
and you
is
help
like
the seller
really-
out. It's a win-win-win.
Yeah.
And
So
you
I
made
mean,
the house buyer money.
I was gonna go ask you that. That's why I'm calling to is like, what could I have done to? Because I tried negotiating and I was like, dialing him hard, like, yo, like we have a legal document you already signed for 90, like, you know, what could I have done so like in the future I can, you know, not have that again.
I mean, the best thing possible, make more money on these type of deals for like next time, I would say is probably get more buyers, or not more, but better buyers. Usually the more buyers you have that are good, there's going to be one that's going to overpay a little more. You can always lock it up for lower if you ever get
Because
better
the thing here,
negotiating.
the buyer already put like a EMD down.
Yeah, no, don't get greedy. Like that's how you lose your deal, right?
Yeah.
But like in the future, if you have other buyers, you might have one before. Hey, before they
But
put the EMD, I'll probably pay you 118 for it, not 105, like another guy. That's how you start spreading those deals a little more. But heck, dude, I still do $5,000 deals. I just got to check for a $2,000 deal we did locally. It's like,
because I talked to the realtor too, and he's just like, I was like, yo, like I know it doesn't really affect you, you know, and you're the end buyer, but yeah, like, is there anything I can do? And he said I can cloud title. Have you heard of that?
yeah, I mean, you could do that. It's not good though.
Is
Why would
that,
they cloud the title?
I don't even know what that term means. Like, is that essentially to like essentially stop like future
The
sales?
realtor would do that?
I would do that apparently
Why?
to have them, because the seller called me. He's like, oh yeah, we have like an offer for 120. And then I was just like, dude, like we already signed like an agreement, like we already have EMD down.
Hate that. You could, but that's big boy stuff, and that can get very hairy. I don't recommend for any beginners to do that at all.
Okay.
Because
The
when
other
you
thing would
start
be
going
like
to court
attorney, right?
and doing big boy stuff like that, you can get called to the table. What do I mean called the table? I have memorandums right now. So they're called memorandums, affidavit of equitable interest, where you do cloud the title. If I go to court, which unfortunately I have before, I like those type of situations, you can get asked if you actually had the ability to close on that deal. And I can show proof of what's in my bank account and I can buy it myself. If you can't show that, then your equitable interest it's not as good, and that can get thrown off. So you got to be careful
to
doing
show
that.
like the 90K like liquid funds.
It's not even liquid. I mean, you could have a hard money already for it too, but as a beginner, I wouldn't be clouding title.
Okay.
I'm not the biggest fan of it. It can get hairy.
Yeah, because even if I were to get like a lawyer involved, like it would still like just be like.
We closed the deal, right?
Yeah, I did.
So
But
how
I'm
did you
just
deal
saying,
with
like,
that seller though?
Huh?
How did you deal with that seller? Were you just following up a
I
lot? Like,
Oh yeah, I just followed him up, and you know.
what did you say though? I went out, or I want more. Like what were you
Yeah,
saying?
he's like, I'm at one. Like he's like, no, he said, he's like, I want more for the property. And then I was like, well, we already signed for this. He's like, well, like that's where I'm at. You know, it's like it's like you need to come up on the price. Da da da. And he was
So
like,
what did you
super hard.
say? Like, what did you
And
say?
so I try to like, I was like, okay, like I was like trying to do like 95, and I was just like, all right, well, like could do 105, and then he's like 107. I was like 105, and he's like, okay. And then I was like, sent him the new contract, with the new price, and then just went from there.
I would call that a win, man.
Yeah.
The buyer made money.
Because I was like so stoked. Like we were about to close, and I was like, dude, I was about to get 25, and then now I just like took like a 15K L. But I mean, it's still like a win, it's the first one, so I can't.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes I would probably give like 5 extra, right? Because I'd say, hey, who's this other buyer? Let me talk to
No, I told him, I was
serious.
I was just like, okay, like, has he seen the property? Like, how does like he's gonna, because there's also squatters in there. I was just like, there's like, they're gonna have to deal with that. Like, we already started the eviction process, or we already have the addendums like ready. Like, we already have your POA stuff. Like, we're already starting the paperwork. Like, the end buyer already started, has his attorneys and things like that. So
yeah, next time when I say, hey, like that person's never seen the house, they don't understand it. Of course, they're offering that. Here's what's going to happen. They're going to look at it, and then they're going to say, well, I was at that one, but now I'm going to go down in price. I just told you because I saw it straight up. I'm as serious as they come.
yeah.
Unfortunately, I signed an agreement. I'm a man of my word. I'm agreeing to buy it for that price. You need to agree to sell it for that price. And in the event the squatter destroys the house, I'm still responsible for it. And you have to hold me up to that. And unfortunately, I have to hold you up to the agreement right now for the price you signed.
Yeah. And I was like, dude, like I can have, everybody can be shooting you offers. Like, I was like still trying to convince him. But anyways.
Here's the last thing you have to say, though, Robert. You just say, if you can get the squatters out of the house, I can do 100. Will you do that for me by next week?
Yeah.
No? Okay, well, we'll do this price then.
Yeah.
Simple, right?
Yeah.
And I don't think that's an unreasonable request, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll shut up real quick.
Yeah, well,
You still do good. Hey, you got the deal. You learned. I think by next time you'll be even better, and that's the point, man.
Yeah. And then my next question was when closing, so the seller and buyer showed up at the title company. For next time, can it be what? Like, do they have to show up?
Separate times, dude. Where do you? What title company are you using, man? Make sure they're separate times. I like the buyer to come the day before or in the morning, and then the seller to come like an hour or two after.
Okay, why is that? Just
so they don't go in the same room
okay.
or in the same lobby.
Okay, I don't know. I guess that she just. I don't know if she like. I don't know. I wasn't there, so.
I've never had a problem with it, but there's extra risk.
Yeah.
So yeah, different times always.
Okay. And then, because I think there's something with there can be like a notary. Is that a thing?
Notary, yeah.
So what's that process?
I mean, it's at the title company when they do the deeds and everything. It's none of your problem. Don't worry about it.
Okay. And
now
then,
they can do a mobile notary to do a closing at someone's house if you have to, but I mean, do it at the title company. It's always way better.
Okay. And then last question, what would you do with 100K?
100K?
Yeah, would you buy like
let me ask this question, Robert. How did you get your first deal? What was the marketing method?
No, I said like if you already have 100K, like what would you do to grow it?
So the deal you just did, what was the channel and list?
That one was actually through a buyer. So he was just like, it was like
buyer gave you a lead?
Yeah, essentially. And I ended up just
dang.
He's like,
all right, well, we can't do that then.
No, I know.
If I'm talking about Maryland, is this virtual or in person?
Virtual.
Government list, cold calling still probably gonna be my favorite. Maybe I can play with some SMS with it, depending on the time I have. But cold calling and SMS is probably gonna be my best bet still.
Oh, okay. No, I think what am I like? My question is like, I have 100K, and I want to invest it in properties. Would you buy like? Would you?
You're talking about properties?
Yeah. Would you do like fix and flips? Would you like
rentals?
So,
you get cash every single month. You're young, dude.
Yeah. So what type of rentals would you look for, or what?
A good wholesale deal. I just buy it cash and rent it out.
Okay.
At these interest rates, just buy it cash for now. Especially cheap ones in Maryland. Do it.
All right. So you would just try to like get them as low as possible. Like, how do you like do the calculations to see if it's like a good?
Thing? Figure out what the thing. I mean, in wholesaling what a property is worth, right?
Yeah.
Get it for under it. So, for example, let's say that deal you got for 105, probably it's worth 125 or 130. I would buy that for 105 all day. Now I have $25,000 in equity. That's a great deal for me.
Yeah, but it's gonna be like it's gonna be a total gut job.
It's a gut job. So if I put 50 into it, it's probably worth 190, 200.
Mm-hmm.
That's a great deal. Now I have 50K in equity. Then I can rent that out for $1,200, $1,300 a month for the rest of my life. Next year, it's going to be $1,400, then $1,500, then $1,600, and the property goes up in value. Cash flowing like crazy. I get money every single month, and then boom, I'm set for life.
Okay. Can you go over a little bit about that property that you just bought, the 415?
The 450 will be an Airbnb. It's in a really good part, very touristy part. And so we're going to buy it. We're going to put 30 into it. It's kind of by the beach too. So we're going to make it beachy themed, and then we're going to Airbnb it with all of our other Airbnbs.
So do you essentially...
I'm in a vacation place in Florida. And so I go from I could rent it out for $2,300, $2,400, or I could probably make 4 or 5K. And then the winter during when all the snowbirds come, I could probably get closer to 300 a night. And so I make cash doing it.
What makes you decide that you want to do an Airbnb on a property or
not? Markets. So because I'm in a touristy spot, other people are willing to pay 300 a night in the winter for that Airbnb because people travel to where I'm at for fishing. It's one of the top sailfish people. Michael Jordan literally takes his boat out 10 miles north to where I live to go sailfish. Like, it's a great vacation spot. They got the beach there. People travel here. And so people are willing to pay it, rich people.
So it's mainly just like the touristy spots. So
yeah. And so like I got a place in downtown Austin, I'd probably do the same thing. Now, if I lived in Maryland, not the most touristy spot, I was rent it out. Like and I got properties in Port St. Lucie aren't like that. I just rent it out.
Okay.
No big deal. Just I look at the property and I look at where I can make the money off of it, right? What gives me the best return on my investment? Renting it out, Airbnb out. And heck, if the Airbnb doesn't work, I can just rent it out and make plenty of money. That's how I choose.
Okay. Sweet. Yeah, I don't think I have any more questions.
Of course. Well, let me know how I can help you out. I love talking about rental properties too. They make me a ton of money. I pour most of my wholesaling deals into that. But yeah.
Because that's kind of like my goal is to just kind of save up towards that and then start buying, I guess, rental properties.
That's it, dude. And I want to be at the point where I make more money off of rentals than I do off of wholesaling, but the wholesaling keeps going up. So it's a tough process, but I'm working on it, man.
Okay.
But if you start buying them now, you'll do well.
Okay. And then for SMS, how you said cold calling SMS, I was using REI Reply.
Mm-hmm.
So what? Just keep doing that.
I mean, if it's working for you, do it. I'm not the biggest fan of it, but there are guys that get banned off REI Reply and then they get upset with me. But then there's other guys that DM me and they talk with me and they're like, dude, I'm making 40 grand a month on REI Reply. Should I stop? I'm like, no. If you're making that much of REI Reply, keep it up.
Yeah.
But I see people saying it sucks. I don't use it.
I just feel like it's not really user friendly, and it's like you really have to spend time and like learn the software. It's not like it feels almost like a PC version as opposed to like getting a Mac, where it's just
it's cheap, right?
Yeah.
So it's up to whatever you want to do, man. Yeah. There's pros and cons to it, obviously. I mean, I tell everyone test it out.
You use Batch, right?
No, I use smszach.com. Launch control.
Okay. Sweet.
That's it, man. So
and you're skip tracing just the
Batch.
Yeah. Sweet.
It,
alrighty. Sweet, man. Well, appreciate you. And
congrats on the deal.
Yeah. Huh?
You get that check, post the check, get rid of the address, put in the whole thing else for real, inspire some people. But appreciate it, man. Keep it up.
Okay, cool. Sweet.
All right, proud of you, man. I remember you hopped on without doing it.
No, I know. So. It's just like now. It's
I remember y'all. All right, not specific.
You remember faces or like what do you remember?
I remember you coming up. Like, what do I do? Are you in California?
Yeah, I'm in California.
Okay, see, I remember that part. You're in California. Like, what do I do?
How you remember that?
So I there's some weird things I remember of people, but I know you were brand new. So the more you guys hop on here, I'm gonna remember y'all. So congrats, dude.
I think I hopped on like three times around there.
Yeah, so I remember you. So guys, come on.
I'm actually gonna be in Florida next month. So I don't know if you'd want to link up. I DM'd you.
I don't know if I'm even gonna be in Florida next month. I might be out of the country, but we'll figure it out.
All right, cool.
I'm always all on board.
How do I should I email you?
I mean, just depends, man. So I'll let you all know. All right.
All right, bro. No, hang out with me.
All right. Keep it up.
All right, later, bro. Thank you.
Oh, awesome. Love it, guys. If you want to learn wholesaling real estate for free, you already know where to go. Go to freewholesaling.com. It's a free wholesaling course. The gurus do not want you to know about it. Keep it a secret if you make money in real estate. Go to freewholesaling.com and we'll see you soon. Tomorrow is going to be day 19 of 30-day wholesaling challenge. So make sure you go to the Flipbook YouTube channel. Rick Ginn is going live tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern. So that'd be pretty cool. Go to the Rick Ginn YouTube channel too. And make sure you subscribe to all the YouTube channels. And I'll see you guys soon. This is Zach Ginn signing out. Have a blessed one.